Hey guys, Romie here. So this is the Empire Season 2 Episode 14 recap. It is, what is it called? Time Shall Untold. Yes, I said that correctly. Time shall unfold. Unfold. Dumbass, it's unfold. Anyway, it starts off with Lola. You know, cute little Lola that's supposed to be Jussie or Lucius's daughter. Well, Thirsty gets a hold of her literally. Thirsty gets a hold of her. And he's just like, oh, hey Lola, how you doing? What's going on, baby girl? It's just like, I'm good. No, mommy good. I'm like, yeah, mommy good. I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. How long have you been keeping tabs on little Lola? Because she's a little too comfortable and familiar with you. What is really going on? Where are the Guardians? Why did they allow you to just run up on there? Because I think legally, if you don't have a kid and you're at a park or somewhere like that, they don't allow you anywhere near those damn kids. So he goes, plucks the hair right out of her head. I'm like, you got one more time to do something like that to little baby Lola. One more time. I will find my way into that TV and get you. Don't do nothing. Don't do anything like that. Do you hear me? Okay. And clearly he's going to do a DNA test. After that, we have Andre. Andre's talking with Rhonda. Rhonda is at Boo Boo Kitty's house. She's at Boo Boo Kitty's house because she needed some space. She just needed some time away from the family to clear her head. Andre was supposed to be staying with his pastor, but he hasn't been doing that because he hasn't been going to church. He hasn't been going to church because even though his pastor has understood the fact that, okay, yeah, he does need to calibrate his meds, at the end of the day, he's now dealing with issues with some inconsistencies with his belief in his faith. Not in believing God, but just about the strength of everything that he put his newfound values on. And that's what he's currently having an issue with. So Rhonda's like, gosh, that's kind of, is it sad that that's kind of touching and believing? I'm like, one part of me is like, no, Rhonda, just because of what you're going through. The other part's like, yes, Rhonda, get it together. Get it together. Afterwards, they go and they hear Boo Boo Kitty throwing up, and they're like, yo, what's going on? Long story short, Boo Boo Kitty's pregnant. We already knew that. And Andre has this look of, because Rhonda asks who's the baby daddy. Andre's just like, because he knows. He already knows what she's going to say. It's Hakeem. And he was just like, oh, Lord, Jesus, are you kidding me? In his mind, no, he has to act sane. Yes, he has to act sane. So, Lucius is going, and he invited all the white people. And yes, I phrased it like that because they're the stakeholders and shareholders in Empire. And so he's trying to smooth them and make them fall in love with him again and remind them how great things were when he was in power. Because he wants to take Empire back, and he realizes he's going to have to do it the legal way. Well, no, he's going to have to do it overall the legal way, and that's the biggest way to do it, because he can go and leapfrog over the board members, because of course the stakeholders, the shareholders are the ones that really run things. Cookie's just like, I know what you're trying to do, and if you're gonna do something to Hakeem, just let me know. You still grind me for it, but just let me know. And another thing, don't mess with my baby cubs, because you invited that hyena in the lion's den, and I'm not having it. I'm not here for it. Do not ever do anything like that ever again. Ever again. Do you hear me? And it was just like, yeah. Well, it's already too late. It's already too late. Jamal is very smitten with her, so it's already too late. Afterwards, that scene, Jamal with Frida. And Frida, I was trying to figure out what her J job was. Now we know. She's a barber. I'm like, I could see that. And this barbershop definitely looks like it was a beauty parlor turned into a barbershop. And, of course, I think her father was running part of his operation out of it. And they were showing love. Well, I'm jumping ahead. Jamal is singing. Frida's rapping. And they have this new song. The song actually sounds like it's going to be hot. Of course, we're going to hear it a little bit later in that show. And it was just like, you know what? I want you on both songs. This new song and the other one. The Sun Will Always Shine. I think that's what it's called. Midnight Changes? Whatever this song is called. And she's just like, oh, word? Dope. Cool. I'm like, okay, this isn't gonna last. And as soon as he leaves out of there, this guy comes and he's just like, oh, I'm sitting in this chair. You know, Frank Gatz is gone. He's gone, so, oh well, no disrespect. I know he's his daughter, but no disrespect. She was just like, oh yeah, no disrespect. Boom! She pistol whipped his ass. And then she got her goons right behind her, beat his ass right in the beauty parlor. I mean barbershop. Afterwards, Cookie's listening to the new song that is featuring Frida, and she's just like, oh, this is cute, this is quaint. Jamal's just like, what's going on, Mom? Are you still smitten with Dad so much that's clouding your judgment? Like, what's going on? It's like, no, I just want the best for you. And you know, I feel like this is cool, but I think I have another opportunity for you that will really push the Black and White album into new levels. You know what? I honestly want this Black and White album to come out, because just the title sounds hot. Like, the whole theme and imagery for the album would sound hot. So I was like, can we get this album? Like, can we get this album? I know we're getting the soundtrack, but can we get that album? Anyway, Andre's back to work. Everyone's just like, his brother's just like, are you sure? Are you okay? Everything's good? Are you sure? Are you okay? Everything's good. It's like, yeah. So we have a couple of issues. Yeah, nothing's really panning out. You know, SwiftStream, the music streaming application, is supposed to be bigger than Tidal, Spotify, all of them put together. Yeah, that's not turned out so well. That has to be pushed back. So that means we're getting no revenue, which means that we have no, we don't have profits. If we don't have profits, then there's something to show the shareholders. Nothing. So he was just like, also, what do you really love the most about what you're currently doing with Empire? Well, the Anthony and Cleopatra line. It was like, keep that close to your vest, because Lucius is going to come after that. And I'm trying to think to myself, why didn't Hakeem do something about it? Because the next scene is literally Lucius's goons going and stealing all of the clothing, all of the products from the clothing line. I was like, Hakeem, this is why you shouldn't be the CEO of Empire. Because you're dealing with Lucius, and against Lucius, of course, you'll fail. Hakeem goes and storms into Lucius's place, and Hakeem's just like, yo, you took my clothing line. I know you did. It's like, oh, so how you know? It's like, I know you did, and I'm going to tell. I'm like, Hakeem, you a baby, shut up. And Lucius was just like, you know, in jail, I created a song for people like you. Snitch bitch. That's what you are. That's what you are if you go and you do something like that. Ring, 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 ring. Of course, it's Laura. Laura's just like, Hakeem, all the stuff for the tour, all the equipment, it's not here. It's not here. It's just us and some wardrobe, because apparently the buses that were containing the equipment, they had drugs on them somehow, and now it's being held up in customs. I'm just like, damn, Lucius works fast. Hakeem's just like, you planted drugs? I'm just like, this is Lucius we're talking about, Hakeem. Did you forget how your father is? Like, really? So, of course, he storms out. He's just like, I got something for that. And Lucius, you know what? Even though I don't like Lucius, the fact that he was able to get under Hakeem's skin so easily, I wasn't mad at that. And he was just like, do something. And Hakeem's like, I am not. You cannot treat me like trash like you treat Jamal, like you treat Andre. He should have said, you cannot put me in the trash can, but he was little, so he probably didn't know about that. But you can't treat me like trash like you treat Andre, and you can't neglect me like you do Jamal. I'm the son that can't be bought, remember? So, what's his name? Cookie is going and showing Jamal that she's still here for him 110%. And she got this new chick, this beautiful dark, really, I'm going to call her the dark or chocolate version, not even chocolate, but brown skin version of Nicki Minaj. Yeah, the brown skin version of Nicki Minaj, literally the brown skin version of Nicki Minaj, is going to be the exclusive featured rapper on Jamal's song. The issue is that means that he can't work with any other rapper on his song. I'm thinking, doesn't Hakeem have some music on the Black and White album? But I guess not. So there goes Frida, and Jamal has to make a choice. Of course, Cookie did this intentionally, because she was like, yes, that means Frida will be out of the picture. Jamal didn't realize that at the time. They get Andre's meeting up with Lucius because Andre didn't inform his brothers that their father wanted to speak with him. He's just like, I have it covered. I have it covered. Lucius isn't going to get to me. Lies. Of course Lucius is going to get to you because you want his approval so bad. You want his approval so bad. And that's the fatal flaw with Andre. Lucius goes and takes Andre to this tomb, well, to this grave site, and I'm like, something about this doesn't feel right. Something about this really just doesn't feel right. And now I know why. Now I know why. I was like, this doesn't feel right. So Lucius is just like, you know, this is where my mother was. And Lucius just talks about how when she was good, she was great. She was like a saint. When she was bad, she was a terror. And Andre's just like, damn, that's how Rhonda describes me. And I'm just like, ooh, Rhonda is a ride to die, because to deal with someone who's manic like that, that is serious. So Lucius is just like, you know, I want my son back. I love you. And I'm really proud of you. And he even had the tear going. I'm like, Lucius, you're doing too much. I don't believe you. I don't believe you for a second. Of course, Andre's eating this up, even though he's trying to pretend like he's not eating this up. He's just like, I know you're just trying to use me, but use me. Hakeem's in meeting, and you know the girl who is, I don't want to be offensive, but she's like, I think she's probably a lesbian. Hakeem's friend on the show, who's probably a lesbian. Her name's Chicken. Chicken! Her name's literally Chicken. I was like, Lord Jesus. They're in a meeting, and Hakeem's blowing up. Hakeem's upset because of the fact that things aren't going so well for them. And Cookie's just like, shut up, sit down. Here's what you need to do. Nothing is going right, and you blowing up in these meetings need to stop, because if you're going to run the Empire, you have to start acting like a man instead of a boy. And I was like, Cookie, you're not wrong, you're right. You are not wrong, you're right. Frida goes and has to talk with, well, technically, if Jamal goes and talks with Frida, and Jamal's just like, you know what, Frida, I love you, girl, I really do, but I'm really mulling over this new opportunity that I have where I could work with, you know, brown-skinned Nicki Minaj. And she was just like, for real? And it was like, yeah. It was like, yeah, but she has this exclusivity contract, so I can't work with any other rapper. And Frida was just like, oh, word, cool, I understand. Yeah, I know. I'm just like, Jamal, you are just like your father. Whether you want to admit it, whether you realize it or not, all of you are just like Lucius. You are all like the best and worst parts of Lucius. Well, really, like, technically the best / worst parts of Lucius and the okay parts of Cookie, because Cookie's just a boss. So, and I don't get boss from any of you, any of the kids. Damn you, Jamal. Afterwards, we have everyone's at the house because they have some news. They bring Anika over, and Cookie is just like, oh, hell no. To get this chick out of here. We don't want to hear from her. Go, bye-bye, be gone, boom. And she was just like, you know what? I have news for you. I'm pregnant. And it was like, okay, who cares? And it's just like, it's Hakeem's. Hakeem's just like, I'm just like, Hakeem? Let's figure that out again. Let's take 2 for that one. Anyway, Cookie's just like, you don't use protection with her? And of course Lucius feels a certain way, because it's just like, damn, I knew you guys were sleeping together, but it's really that deep? It's really that deep? And they're just like, okay, we'll just pay you off. Be gone. It was like, no, I don't want your money. I want something else. I want something more. I want something big. It was like, oh, here we go. I want family. I'm like, you came to the wrong place if you wanted family. You came to the wrong place if you wanted family. From them? They're broken. No, that's not gonna happen. Anyway, we get past that, and Tiana, who kills it again every time she performs, the straight hair was different. At first I was like, oh, because the beat in the beginning kind of reminded me of Sierra and the dance moves, but then it was like, okay, that doesn't look like Sierra. Oh, Aaliyah, that's paying tribute and homage to Aaliyah. Okay, I get it. Either way, Tiana killed it, as always. She looked good, as always. I'm like, Alright, y'all need to stop downplaying her right now. Cookie goes and starts the whole conversation about, enter the new empire, essentially, with Hakeem being in charge. And I'm just like, Cookie, you really should be the one running things. I almost said Stevie J. Lucius goes, and he's already in Anika's apartment, Boo Boo Kitty's apartment, when she comes in. It's just like, oh, so we just do drive-bys? We just pop up? It was like, yeah, you popped up on me, I pop up on you, we pop up in this. We pop up in here. And he was just like, listen to me. Take this money and give me the baby. I'm like, wait a minute. This does sound like another show. If you... Anyway, take this money, give me the baby. And it's like, no, I want my child to have a family. I don't need the money. And $10 million? I'm sure I could get a lot more for a line for the next heir. The next heir. And it was funny because when they were talking about the next heir originally, Jamal was just like, look, why are we talking like this is some damn soap opera? It's like, cause it is. Cause it is. I'm thinking the same thing, but then I'm like, wait a minute. Empire is supposed to be kind of like a dramedy soap opera musical thing. So, anyway, Lucius just like, you know what? You need to watch your back because mothers still do die in childbirth. You know that, don't you? It was just like, and because this happened because Anika thought that she was running things, and she was just like, I was with you for 5 years. I could call the feds on you. I have 5 years worth of stuff on you. What are you going to do about that? Nothing. Because I got you. Literally, I got you. Hakeem is making this keynote speech, and he's killing it as of now. And so, Lucius pops up out of nowhere, and he's just asking Hakeem, you know what, Hakeem? Answer this because you think you're so smart. What are 5 things that are messing with the music industry as of now? And Hakeem, I was like, okay. I was like, damn. What is this, like 10 seconds? He still doesn't say anything? Because he froze. And he was just like, well, a lot of things. Lack of innovation. Album sales going down. What was it? Music streaming. Not fully capitalizing on music streaming. And a host of other piracy. And I forgot what the 5th one was. But I was just like, okay, Hakeem, but this is Lucius we're talking about. Lucius can do more than that. So Hakeem was just like, ha ha. And Lucius was like, oh, I got something for that ass. How about this? How about we talk about something more important? Let's talk about the things that aren't working out. What's going on with the clothing line? Oh, that's being delayed. What happened? What happened? No excuse. What happened? Oh, yeah, it got broken into. It got broken into on your watch. Okay, what happened to the streaming app? I heard that there was issues with the application. I was like, oh yeah, the app is delayed. Delayed? Stolen? Broken into? Yeah, this is really starting to sound like a consistent pattern with you. There's people here, regular people, that rely on the money that they get from the earnings from Empire. And so, long story short, everyone's just like, Lucius, Lucius, because they're like, we need Lucius back, Lucius. Hakeem is just puzzled. He's like, he doesn't know what to do. And of course, Cookie comes to save the day. Cookie's just like, you know what? We are family. Empire was built on family. And I know there's some rivalry in between father and son. Lucius is a legend. Yes, he's a legend. Clap up for him. But Hakeem is a mogul in his own right. Hakeem worked with me, and we created Lion Dynasty from the ground up and made it into what it is today. So, Hakeem is definitely capable of running this company, but that doesn't mean that Lucius can't be a part of it as well, because Lucius isn't going anywhere. It's to the Empire. And they were like, Cookie should run Empire. It's like, oh, thank you. Yeah. But Hakeem was defeated. Lucius got to him. He didn't know what to do. I was just like, oh, poor Hakeem. This is why you shouldn't be running Empire. Next scene is Hakeem gets ousted as the CEO of Empire. And Cookie's just like, oh, I hope you're satisfied, Lucius. Hurt people hurt others. And you just do whatever it takes to get the Empire. Instead of being there and supporting and promoting your son. Lucius just like, you still love me, so I don't care. You still love me, Cookie. You still love me. Cookie. 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 Anyway, I still love you, Cookie. Don't do it, Cookie. I don't want to see you back together with Lucifer. Not with Lucifer. Anyway, afterwards, we get Jamal back in the studio, and he's trying to finish this album. And the issue is that he's not feeling it because, of course, brown-skinned Nicki Minaj, she's in Tokyo. But she went and she sent over her tracks. You know, Jamal, he's also entitled. He's just like, oh, I need to work with the artist. Oh, I need to go with the flow. I need to vibe off of the people. I'm just like, Jamal, shut up and produce the music. Shut up and produce the music. And that's what Cookie was trying to do. And she was like, baby, you almost got it. Try it again. And he couldn't do it because he's like, I need someone there with me. It's just like, you selfish bastard. Anyway, he goes to Frida's and he's just like, Frida, I need you. You know, I found out the second bridge. Like, this would be dope. Yeah, that would be dope. And Frida's just like, I don't want to hear your Billy Goat ass right now. I don't want to. And so he's just like, I'm going to be in the studio all night. So if you're still with me, just come by to the studio. She was like, all right, I'll think about it. I ain't going to no studio. I'm like, how are you going to do her wrong and then expect her to do favors for you? What type of BS is that? And the last scene of all things is Thirsty going to... Thirsty went to this retirement home, and I'm like, wait a minute, why is he here? Oh, Lord Jesus. Lucius's mother is still alive. She did not kill herself, like Lucius said. Because I was trying to think, I'm like, he hid the bullets. So, but then again, she got one. So, oh, unless she played Russian roulette and it didn't work, and so then the police got a hold of her. Long story short, she's alive. She somehow got 3 shades lighter. And Thirsty, Lucius has been using, well now, Thirsty, to make sure that no one finds out. Okay. I love Empire. I never stopped loving Empire. I will continue to support Empire as long as it's on TV. Please like, comment, subscribe. Come back next week. I still hate Lucifer. Lucius. Same person. Same difference.